Hey everyone, Zach here with ZJ Outfitters. Today we're going to be going over some of the most popular Kicker Marine speakers. These speakers are fully weatherproof and are also popular with some other applications including motorcycles, ATVs, and jet skis. These are also great speakers for anywhere where you're going to be putting them outdoors since they're fully weatherproof. Now, I wanted to go over some questions I get commonly, which are what are my options? What is the difference with the LEDs? Which models don't have the LEDs? How do I wire the LEDs? And what is the remote? What happens if I don't buy the remote, which is the KMLC you see on the bottom there? And I'm going to talk briefly about how to wire the speakers. I'm also going to be doing a sound demo as well as a demo of the LED lighting. Now keep in mind for the sound demo, you're not really going to hear the full effect of the music and it's not going to sound perfect through your speakers on your computer or your headset, but it's just to give you a general idea of what to expect with these speakers. Now they really do sound great. Kicker makes some of the best speakers for car audio and marine, and you really don't have to break the bank and spend a ton of money to get good quality audio on your boat that's going to rock the boat. You're going to really enjoy it. You're going to love it. You're going to have your friends over and you can be blasting the music and everyone's going to be turning their head when your boat goes by because they really do sound great. For those of you that want to skip right to the sound demo or the LED lighting demo, just check the description. I'm also going to be putting the chapters in the video. Now, one thing you want to be sure of to get the best quality sound out of your speakers and the ensure longevity and you're not having any issues is to really install, if you're having an installer or you're going to do it yourself, buy the Kicker speaker wiring or the Kicker power and ground kit if you're installing an amp. And the reason why is because there's 3 different organizations that set really strict standards for the wiring and making sure that it lasts in the really harsh environment that these speakers are going to be in. Think about it. If you're putting these on a boat or on your ATV or motorcycle, it's going to be exposed to UV light. It's going to be, salt spray is going to be hitting the speakers, and it's a really harsh environment. And some of the cheaper speaker wire or power and ground wire you see on the market is not even copper. It's called CCA, copper clad aluminum. It's basically aluminum wiring that's clad with copper, and you're not going to get the best sound quality. It's not going to be loud. You're not going to. You want to really make sure if you're going to spend all the money in either installing it yourself or you're going to really put that time in installing it. You want to make sure you get good quality sound. Good quality in, good quality out. If you buy the cheap stuff, it can break on you. It could overheat, and just do it right. Do it right the first time, and you won't have to do it again. Now let's go over the different options you have. Now these are all coaxial speakers, and they're all, what coaxial means is that they're full range speakers. They're the speaker, which is a mid-range driver, as well as the tweeter built in. And what's cool about these speakers is that they're also designed for a free air environment. So actually the enclosure you see is sealed enclosure, but you don't need a sealed enclosure. Sometimes on a boat, you're not going to have that option. So it's really nice that these speakers are designed to be free aired. So it really gives you a lot of versatility when it comes to mounting them. Now, let's go over the different options. So on the bottom here, you have the KM84L. That's the biggest and loudest speaker. That's an 8-inch speaker. And each speaker, I'm going to read off the ratings for each of these speakers. It's for each individual speaker. So it's 300 watts peak and 150 watts RMS. Now, let me just also touch upon what the difference between peak and RMS is. Now, me talking to you, I would say my normal volume would be RMS. But when I get louder, if I were to yell and I'd scream at the top of my lungs, that highest pitch noise would be my peak. So really, peak ratings are important, but the real thing you want to look at is the RMS. That's really what's giving the speaker the sound and what's going to sound really nice and clean when you're turning the speaker volume up. So anyways, you have your KM84L, which we just went over. This is an 8-inch speaker, which also has a multicolor LED. That multicolor LED is also in yellow, green, blue, and I think purple, as well as red. The remote, which I'm also going to talk about in a minute, allows you to dim the different colors. It allows you to change the shading and the speed at which it blinks. The KM84L has that multicolor LED. And then the next speaker I'm going to talk about, which is the one right up on the left, is the KM654L. That's also a multicolor LED speaker that has 195 watts peak and 65 watts RMS per speaker. Now, one thing I also want to mention about these speakers is they both come with both white and dark gray grills. So you see on the bottom there, and actually in the box on the bottom, that's the KM654L, and that's the gray. Those are the gray grill covers. I'll also maybe throw up a picture of the white ones. These speakers also come in a non-LED version called the KM654. They are exactly the same as the KM654L without the LED. The KM654 is the 6.5-inch speaker, with 195 watts peak and 65 watts RMS per speaker. There's no LED on those, but again, they have the white and the charcoal grills. Now let's get into the KM604WL. That is on the very right above the 8-inch speaker. That's what you see with the blue LED lighting. Now that speaker is a white grill only. It's fixed. There's no real grill that's separated, and that has 150 watts peak and 50 watts RMS. Now it also has a blue LED, and it's only blue. It stays solid. It does not blink, and that's the KM604WL. Now, if you wanted to get something without an LED, which is one of the cheapest options, that's the KM604W. That's also 150 watts peak and 50 watts RMS. That's also a white speaker, just like you see in the enclosure on the top there. With the LED, with the light off, you really can't tell the difference. They both have the same specs, and that's without the LED. Now, your smallest option for your marine or outdoor speakers is the KM44 or the KM42. Now, the KM44 is a 4 ohm speaker, whereas the KM42 is the 2 ohm speaker, both of which are 4 inches, and they also come with the charcoal grills and the white grills. They have a peak power handling of 150 watts and RMS of 50. These are very popular for motorcycles, ATVs, jet skis, or anywhere where you need a smaller speaker because space is limited. They look exactly the same as the 6.5 shown here. Obviously these are with the white grills, but again they also come with the charcoal grills. Now here's a quick recap of all the models. I'll leave it on the screen for just a couple of seconds. You can pause it and find the model that's right for you. The next question I wanted to answer was how to wire the LEDs in the speakers. Now, for those speakers that have a multicolor LED, such as the KM84L or the KM654L, those have 4 wires coming off of each speaker. Those wire colors are blue, red, green, and black. Those wires get connected to, if you choose to buy the KMLC remote, that'll give you the multicolor functionality, which allows you to change the colors and the intensity as mentioned earlier. So you'd connect, say you bought 4 speakers or even 2 speakers. Those wires get connected together, so all the red wires, all the blue wires, all the green wires, all the black wires get connected together. I recommend that you solder them and put shrink wrap over them and you do it the correct way. By connecting those together, all the speakers are then linked together and the lights will change all together and they'll all be red at the same time and blue at the same time and they'll all be connected. And you're able to connect up to 12 speakers with one KMLC. Now what's really nice is that Kicker actually makes one wire which has contained within it the 4 wire colors that you need, as well as 16 gauge speaker wire. So I'm going to put up a picture of that, it should be on the screen now. And what's nice is you run that wire, all, let's say 2 speakers or 4 speakers. That's the KM WRGB150. It's sold as a 150 foot roll. We can also sell it by the foot. I'll put up a link in the description for that as well. And that allows you to just have one wire to run all your speakers. Now, if you were to choose not to get the remote, like I mentioned earlier, you only can get one color out of the box. So on the screen here, you see the color combinations you need to do. The black wire is the 12 volt positive, and depending on which wire you ground, you'll get the different color combinations as you see in the diagram on the screen here. But I really recommend the KMLC. It allows a lot more functionality and really will make your speakers pop, especially at night. Now shown here is the KM604WL. That's the white speaker with the blue LED only. That does not have 4 leads, instead it has 2 leads. It has a black lead, which is the 12 volt positive, and the blue lead, which is the ground. You can connect those directly to a battery with a 2 amp fuse. Now enough talking, let's get to the demo. So first we're going to demo the lights here. And so what you see here is it's flipping through the different colors. On the remote there's a button called Demo, and that allows you to basically see what you're seeing here, which is flipping through the different colors. It's different intensities, different speed, and then it kind of flashes all these different colors. And we do have the light on here. I'm going to shut that off so you can see, but it's still really bright. Even with the lights on, even in daylight, you should be able to see these, and it's going to look really cool. But at night, obviously, it's going to pop. And let's see what that looks like. So yeah, that's really cool. Here, let me flip through the different colors we have here. So we got the blue, we got the purple, blue again, a little bit of a darker blue. Each one of these you can change the brightness, and you can really play around with this and have a lot of fun. You can change the speed. There's different modes. So it really gives you, like I said earlier, I really recommend going with the KMLC remote so you can do all these really cool features. All right, next we're going to get to the actual sound demo. We're going to start with the KM654L, and also that will sound the same as the KM654. You just won't see the LEDs that are flashing. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed that little sound demo. I hope I was able to answer some of your questions. Of course, depending on your device that you're listening on, they will sound different, but nothing like hearing them in person. So be sure to get your pair, put them on your boat, put them on your jet ski, put them on your quad. You really will love them. They really do sound amazing. And stay tuned for our next videos, where we'll demonstrating some of the amplifiers, some of the subwoofers, some of the media centers, hopefully some of the tower systems, and maybe leave your comment below and ask what you'd like to see next. Of course, check out our website, zjoutfitters.com. Send me an email at sales@zjoutfitters.com. I'd love to put together a system for you. We do sell many other equipment for your boat. We sell some sporting goods and camping, and a whole selection to really enjoy the outdoors. That's the mission here at ZJ Outfitters, to really love the outdoors and be outside and really enjoy it. Thank you for tuning in, and be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And of course, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button.